Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Bedtime with Mama. Tonight we are reading Chapter 18 of the Double Trouble Society. Chapter 18, Good Luck, Amethyst. The older children made everyone pair up and form two straight lines outside the house. Ivy stood at the front with her pink walkie-talkie, and Maggie stood at the rear with her green one. They had decided not to use their mind reading in case it weakened their magic and drew Emerald to them. "Ready to move, over?" Ivy asked. "Ready as we'll ever be, over," Maggie replied from the back of the group. "Time to move," Ivy called. Together the children marched through the gate of Hokum House and to each child's home to change their clothes as fast as they possibly could and collect any salt that hadn't already been found. If there were grown-ups around, not everyone was out or at work, then another child found some clothes from their home to help. Working together. No splitting up this time. It was too easy for the witch to get them that way. It was a tradition that everyone in the village wore green to the festival, which would make it much easier for them to blend in and less likely to be spotted by the witch. So every child dressed from head to toe in green. Most of them had on traditional green cloaks and that covered whatever they wore underneath. Some wore green dresses or green t-shirts and trousers. It wasn't just any kind of green either. Everything they wore was emerald green. In the same way that most families have a box of Halloween costumes or Christmas jumpers, every family in Crowwood Peak had a box of green clothes stashed away to the back of the cupboard or the loft in the garage. Now that the festival was upon them, they weren't hard for the children to find. "Right, has everyone changed?" "Okay, good." Amethyst was wearing her purple coat, but her face looked sickly green. "Oh goodness, I've suddenly got very nervous." "Do we really have to do this?" Jennifer sounded worried. "Hopefully it won't come to this, but my plan is risky. I'm going to go up the mountain and try my hardest to talk some sense into Emerald. If that won't work, I can get her on the broom. I'll bring her down here when she's ready, to where Maggie and Ivy and I can combine our magic to try to get the evil out of her heart. But if something goes wrong and she makes a run for it, we need you all to be in the middle of the village. It's the only guarantee that she'll come where we need her," Amethyst said apologetically. She swallowed, not wanting to say the next bit, but knowing everyone was thinking it. She needs a child's heart tonight. "But if you all stay together, she won't get one," she added determinedly. "Do you honestly think she'll come to the festival?" Jamie asked. "Are you kidding? Every child from Crowwood Peak standing in the middle of the main square, wearing the Crowwood Witch's favorite color? Without a single protection spell to ward her off?" Isaac rolled his eyes. "Oh yeah, she'll turn up." "It's like we're just offering up our hearts on a platter," Eddie remarked. "Don't worry. If it comes to that, as soon as she gets close enough, I'll swoop in and get her on this broom. I won't be able to take her far away, though. I'll have to fly close to the village square to make sure I can get to Ivy and Maggie. Hopefully, we'll get through to her on the mountain, and she'll let us remove the evil from her. Then none of you will ever be in any danger. I know it's not the most solid plan, but I'd rather try that first." Amethyst sighed and turned to Ivy and Maggie. "Now, tell me again what you need to do." "Just so I'm 100% certain you know what's expected of you. As soon as you land in the middle of the village square with Emerald, who we hope has already remembered what it's like to be good and happy and carefree, and not a heart-eating, devil-worshipping wicked witch, we'll be there ready to join our forces with you as you envelope Emerald in a hope spell," Maggie said. "A spell that's designed to restore someone's hope when they've lost it. To cast said spell, what we need to do is think of the happiest thing we can possibly think of, the thing that fills us with the most hope for the future. So I'm going to think of becoming a scientist who finds cures for things that make people sick." Ivy's eyes sparkled at the thought. "And I'm going to think of the day my books are all on the shelves of Crowwood Peak Bookshop along with my dad's, when we finally get one of his novels published too. Maybe we'll even write a book together one day." Maggie couldn't help but grin at the idea of her and her father telling stories together for the whole world to read. Good. Okay," Amethyst nodded. Right. Well, best be off, she said quietly as she mounted the broom. All the children crowded around and patted her on the shoulders or squeezed her hands, and Darla wrapped her arms around one of her legs and hugged tightly. Come on, little one. I'll be back before you know it. Remember the potion we made? I've sprayed it on my wrist to help convince Emerald to be good. Look after Miss Unicorn for both of us. Amethyst bent down and kissed the top of Darla's head, while Maggie and Ivy gently coaxed her away. Here I go. I'll see you later in the square. Good luck, everyone. Amethyst, Ivy said just before she kicked off the ground and into the air. No matter what happens, you'll always be the best witch we've ever known. Yeah, we'll never forget what you're doing for us, Amethyst, said Maggie. Hey, this battle isn't over yet. Don't give up too soon. And with that, Amethyst pushed off from the ground with a fierce kick of her leg and whooshed up in the air on Jennifer's handmade broom. Come on, gang, said Maggie, her face turning fierce as she rolled up her emerald sleeves. Let's go catch ourselves a witch. That was the end of chapter 18. I don't know, I'm excited to see what happens next. Do you think that Emerald will remember that she used to be good? Or do you think that they're going to have to try plan B or C to get her to not be so evil anymore? I don't know. I can't wait to find out with you. Sweet dreams, my littles.